Welcome to Last Week On. My name is Adam Straughan and we are back covering Invincible Season 4, Episode 2. I'll give you the grand tour. But before we get into that, I have a very special guest on the podcast today. I'm so excited for this. So she is my friend, my co-worker, my person I talk all about Invincible with. It's my absolute pleasure to have on the podcast, Ms. Natalie Price. How are you doing, Natalie?
Hi, I'm doing really well. I'm so excited to be on this podcast.
Oh my God.
I can't wait.
Same. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago and I was like, oh my God, Invincible's going to start. You should be on the podcast.
I was so honored. I literally was like, yeah, immediately. So good.
And you're the first woman I've ever had on the podcast.
That is such an honor.
Wear the title.
Glad I'm the first.
But we should probably tell everyone as well, how we actually discovered that we both love Invincible. So, Natalie has worked kind of at our place of work, longer than me. So when I kind of first started, which was a couple of months ago right now, which is crazy, we had to design a page. And this was okay, so put some things on there that represent you. So then I was okay, blah, 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 whatever. And then at the end, I had I had Buffy, but I also had Invincible. And I had the logo on there. And I remember me and another coworker, we were in another room and then the door opened and Natalie walked in.
I stormed in. I didn't even say hello. I barely knew you. And I was like, no way you like Invincible. Mm-hmm. And I was freaking out and I was like, it's my favorite. And we were just nerding out and it was so great. Right. I loved how we just connected on it right away.
Immediately. And it wasn't even as Natalie said, we didn't even know each other that well. But it was just you like Invincible? Damn, let's talk about it. And our friend Monica was just huh? She was in the room as well.
She was so confused.
I know. But before we jump into the episode, which we're here to talk about, Natalie, tell us your origin story about Invincible, what got you into the show?
Yeah, basically, I was watching it with my brother. He was like, watch this show. It's so good. And I was like, Gregory, put that away. I am not even interested. I love rom-coms. I love movies. I'm not really a TV person. And he showed me the first episode. And by the end of the first episode, hooked. Mm-hmm. I could not stop watching it. And just ever since then, I was obsessed with it, and I try to get my friends on it, and yeah, everyone's really liked it, especially after the first episode.
Oh, and it's it's a show where sometimes when you're watching a new show, it's oh, give it 3-4 episodes, right? And whereas Invincible, because of that ending, when spoiler alert, but felt 3-4 seasons ago, well, when Omniman wipes out all of the original Guardians of the globe, you are what?
I was shook.
What the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
And then that's what pulls you in. And I remember during lockdown, I watched it and it is that initial episode where you're okay, it feels very Spider-Man. It's a little bit tropey. And then that ending, you're holy shit. And then you're in.
Yeah. You know? I remember literally rolling my eyes. Mm-hmm. I was turn this off. I'm not into this. And then it caught me. Yeah. I was yep. And I'm into it.
And that just happened with your friend recently as well, right?
Yeah. Actually. It was so funny.
Well, yes. So we are here to talk about Season 4, Episode 2. Now, this episode in particular, it's both a dark episode, but also a great episode because Episode 1, we got a flashback of Nolan, no Allen, and I guess a lot of people coming into it would be oh my God, Season 3 ended. We saw Nolan and Allen in space.
Right.
We're going to continue that story. And then we didn't do that. So then we really kind of needed to catch up with Nolan and Allen to see what was going on. But man, this opening, Natalie.
Dark.
Yes.
Everything about it was dark. Mm-hmm. I felt just initially, right off the bat, just everyone dying. Mm-hmm. That felt like COVID. It kind of gave that. Oh, honestly, that's why I'm going to explain how COVID was to my kids or something.
Watch this.
Yeah, this is what I went through. No, but it was billions and billions of people, but that's what they did to other planets.
Exactly.
It was just so crazy to watch, the origin story of all of that.
No, I know, and I love that we went back because, for all that we've seen, Mark as a kid, and we've seen obviously Oliver grow up in front of us, but Nolan's always kind of been the mystery,
right?
So we've learned about the Viltrumites through Nolan, but Nolan himself, that was what I loved about this opening when we both said when we both started watching, we were wait a second. Is this Mark?
That looks like Mark.
That looks like Mark. The eyes. Wait, no, it's Nolan. And I loved that opening because, and we said this a little bit earlier on, but you know, obviously he's training these like young Viltrumite kids, right? And you're like, oh damn, and like he grabs one of them in the head and like, and you're like, oh, what's gonna happen? Because we know what the Viltrumites are like, so he could just at any moment. And they're looking up at this statue of Argyle, which obviously we're starting to learn a little bit more lore, so that's really cool. Hang on to those names, everyone, by the way, because that will become a big thing later on. And then, yeah, like the moment when obviously the kids clear out and then his parents come in and just start beating the shit out of him.
The craziest part for me during that fight was when the mom like got hit by Nolan and then the dad literally just bloop.
Yes, like pushed her away.
I was like, oh, they mean business.
Literally,
like,
they are not messing around.
No, and then it totally reminded me of the last episode in season 1 when the mom was like beating the shit out of Nolan. And then the dad came and stopped it, kind of, which is like so circle moment. Like, I don't know. That was really weird to see because I was like, Nolan stopped himself from beating up Mark so badly to the point of death. Same thing kind of happened.
Literally. Yeah, that parallel was so strong. And again, it's interesting. That's like the father. So like the father like stopping the mother from doing that, but then obviously Nolan stopping as a father himself from doing that. And it's like, as you said, brilliant, like such an interesting parallel. Plus the whole time the mother has like in stone in her eye.
And then I love when she flew away and she was like, I never want to see either of you ever again.
She was like, I'm done. I'm out here.
And she doesn't see either of them ever again.
And literally it's like, oh. And I think the next time we see like the dad is literally when like, you know, the scourge is taken over and like Nolan's throwing his own father's body out, which again, trauma, fucking hell. But the title cards are always great. Now I love, I mean, I always point them out because it's so good. It's like, you know,
so good.
It's just because it's always like someone's about to say it and then bam.
Yeah.
But obviously the color scheme this time, it's like the Viltrumite color schemes. And then we see like, it's like little bits cracked, like, pulling away. And we had that, do you remember, I think was it season 2 or maybe season 3 when like it kept cracking all the time and bits were falling down.
Yes.
What do you think this one means in terms of like the cracks? It's the Viltrumite colors.
Oh, because I feel like with the other cracks in like past seasons, if it was like a crazy episode, like everything would break in the card or like there would be so much blood.
Right.
And right now it's kind of giving us like little bits.
Right.
But it's under the Viltrumite color. I have no idea. Like, I don't know. It's like a little bit of drama. I don't know.
It's funny because like I'm like, so I, you know, full like transparency. Like I've read like all of Compendium 2 now, and like whenever I was doing work, I was like, oh my god, Natalie, I've read a little bit more. And like you've read like a little bit of it, but not enough to like probably the full season. So you will probably catch up to a point. Whereas for me, I'm not sure. Like I don't know.
Right.
But like for me, and this is me just suggesting, I don't know this here. This is me just guessing, but like. I am assuming it's like this is the Kraken now in the armor and like the Viltrumite armor who have been like such this powerhouse like race for so long. Now they're starting to crack. So that's what I think it's the representation of. Cause, like,
oh my God.
You know
Great shout.
Because like Nolan even said like what last season like there were like 50 of us left or just over 50 or something. And I think it's that we're going to start to see like the Viltrumites like finally break down. Now again, I know I have read the comics, but I genuinely I'm just riffing. I'm just riffing here. But,
and what? There's 50 Viltrumites left?
Around 50 left. Yeah.
I don't know. Do you think Mark's mom is one of them, or do you think Nolan's mom
is still one? That's a good point, actually.
Because we only saw Mark's dad being thrown into the pile of people around the...
Right. Yeah, that's a good point, because she might have just like left the planet and gone. But then they have orders, unless she had orders to go and like, you know, take over another planet and left at the right time. Like, you know, that's a good point.
No, I know, because we never saw her like
we didn't see her
dead
again.
body.
That's a good point, actually. If she comes back, that would be really interesting.
Honestly.
For a second, I thought it might have been. Do you remember that woman with like the really long hair with a spike on the end?
Yes.
I was like, could it be? But then Nolan saw her last season when they fought, so he would have said something. So maybe not.
Definitely.
But that would be cool. But yeah, if she comes back, actually, that would be pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Tea. The tea, the Viltrumite tea. We do get a quick shot, obviously, of General KRAGG, and he's talking to somebody. So, like, General KRAGG, like, at the moment, he has both his eyes. Later on, he has, like, you know, that thing in his eye. But he is talking to someone, and that's the first reveal that we get kind of a Thragg, and we hear Lee Pace's voice. What did you think of him, like, voicing Thragg?
I think that's perfect. I also think it's just so iconic as well.
Yes.
Like, it just makes sense to me.
Yeah. No, 100%. Like he has that commanding voice. And like I always take like with my partner, I always take the piss because like it's always like whatever film he's in, like whether it's The Hobbit or whether it's like Foundation, the TV show, he always talks like this. So it's like the perfect voice for like KRAGG, do you know what I mean?
That's funny.
But it was cool to like get that reveal, and obviously like that's just a little taste of like what's to come, because the after credits stinger is brilliant. Like I love that, and we'll talk about that in a bit. So good. But as well, like just to wrap up on the opening, like the ring around the planet turns out to be all the bodies, like.
That's so dark.
Literally, like so dark. But I like when we pan out as well. It's like Nolan is speaking to Allen, and even Allen's like, "Whoa, like
I almost felt bad for you for a second."
Right? Yeah, he's like, "Whoa, like I nearly felt bad for you, but then I remember you kill everyone, so whatever."
I completely agree with Allen. I was like, "Me too." I felt bad. Like I felt something where I was like, "God, that really sucks." And I'm like, "Oh, you know what else sucks? You killing thousands of other planets."
Literally, like
completely demolishing them,
like decimating them.
Yeah,
and not even just Nolan, like everyone else with him. So like, how can we feel bad? It's a taste of your own medicine, literally.
Exactly.
And like we saw the end of season 1 when he was like, destroying the city and pushing Mark through the subway car and wiping people out. Like, what do you expect, Nolan?
Yeah, exactly. That's funny.
But I do like, in this, like, they're talking about that, and then they get the introduction to when they're going to go down, obviously, and speak to the coalition of planets, right? So they're going to go and speak to the leader. But I love Alan's girlfriend. Like, she is a bad bitch.
Love. Yeah. Even right when they came back, and she just like pushed him down on the bed, and I was like, oh. I was like, what's going on here?
Go on some alien D.
Yeah, literally.
And listen, she's earned it, right? But I love as well, like when Nolan's there, and she like quickly pulls out the gun and just blasts him, and like Alan's
he's just standing there.
Yeah, completely naked the whole time. Which Nolan, damn, looks good, looks fine. But yeah,
can I please have clothes?
Can I borrow some clothes? But yeah, like even in I love when Alan's like, you have the gun there the whole time. It's just a great line.
Well, after that line, it's like, well, there is still a mole. And that was a little like, the first like kind of mention of a mole, I feel like.
Yeah, because like, we've had like this little tease of like, is there a mole somewhere in the coalition? Because obviously the Viltrumites have like had prior knowledge of like where people are going to be.
Right.
And it's like, how would there must be, and I'm sure the leader of the coalition has mentioned perhaps there is a mole.
Yeah.
And like this is obviously starting to stir now, but it's cool when this happens because it is a game of like, who could it be?
Right.
So like you kind of side-eyeing everyone, like, and like, even her, like Talia's her name, like we're side-eyeing her right now because it's like, hold on a second, you had a facial expression at one point.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, she did.
Mm-hmm.
When they were talking to, what's his name?
The leader of the coalition? No.
Yes. Yeah. What is his name?
I'm trying to remember. I'm going to call him the Betrayer.
Yeah, the Betrayer.
It's Thaddeus or something, but yeah.
Yeah. She definitely had a look. Mm-hmm. I saw it. I literally clocked it because the Betrayer was like, and there's still the mole. Mm-hmm. And then it panned to her. And like, I swear there was like an eyebrow raise and like just a look that she gave where I was like, maybe. Mm-hmm. And then I was also thinking that the other mole could be the guy in the ship with like the egghead. I'm like, for some reason, like, you don't give me good vibes. Like, you could be the mole. You're playing dumb right now.
Literally. And like, he's pathetic, right?
He's like, pathetic.
Like, that ship is falling apart. He like, later on, like when they go to the planets and they're like, right, okay, here's the crack. We need to go and get all the weapons. We need to go and recruit as many people as we can to help.
Yeah.
And then when they go to that one planet where all like, the creatures are frozen, and he just fires that thing straight at what's blocking the sun.
It's like, are you an idiot?
Like, are you insane? No one asked you to do that. That's the worst thing you could have done. Like, what the hell is going on?
That's funny.
But I really like this, Natalie, when like, it's like, right, okay, you remember the books that I wrote? I had all the details in there. Mm-hmm. We need this. So we need to go and see like the space racer guy. He's got the gun.
Yeah.
We need to go and get that. And I think he's really cool, actually. I think he's a cool character.
Yeah.
And that gun, when it's like blasting through like the meteors and everything, you're like, oh shit. It's like it's going to rip up some Viltrumite.
Yeah. 100%.
Right.
No, I liked him.
Yeah, I think he's pretty cool. And then like all of it when like, they go and get like the little bugs and it's like, oh yeah, they've got something in them which is like deadly we find out to all armor. And then they talk about like Battle Beast and they got like his world. And I like this. It's like bringing it all together.
Yeah.
Because we've had a little taste of like, this is what's going on here. We've seen those creatures before. So it's kind of like, right, this is everything. We're rounding it all up. We're pulling it all together. And we're like filling on it through like, right, this is what we're going to use now to defeat the Viltrumites. So building like a little army. I think that's pretty cool.
I love all the characters right now with that too. Yeah. Like, I feel like Nolan, I'm getting so much more information about him. Yeah. Like, I just got his past. And then Allen, their friendship
Right.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
They hugged.
Oh my God, that scene when like
They hugged.
like it's literally like because one, and even Alan says like, you know, you've changed because if I did this to you before, you would have punched me in the face.
Yeah.
And he lets him do it.
Yeah.
And like I love that because Nolan like is looking so full on. He's like hands on like that, you know, tube where all the like all the aliens or whatever is in there.
Right.
And he's like thinking, he's like saying like the whole time, he's like, you know what, like I'm in this for my own personal reasons. I'm not joining the wall. I'm doing this because I have my own reasons to want to do
Yeah.
this. However, I can't feel like, you know, can't help but feel pains of like pain, really, the fact that I'm wiping out my own people.
Yeah.
And, you know, like he kind of says, like, look, I understand what they've done. I understand I have to do this. But at the same time, I'm still wiping out my own people.
I know.
And then, you know, Alan's like confirmed. But like when he pulled him in for a hug, I was like, damn, like, you know, it was lush. It was so cute.
Lush. I definitely see Nolan joining the team. Like 100%.
Yeah.
In my mind. I don't think, like, right now he's very, like, arm's length on that. And I'm like, you're just trying to play tough guy right now.
Right.
And I know, like, all of these things, like, you're destroying your own people. But, like, you care about your people, too. You care about Mark. You care about Alan. And, like, all these Viltrumites, like, they haven't done shit for you for a long time.
Right.
Like, they beat you.
Literally.
So, like, stand up.
Do the right thing.
Yeah.
Plus as well, like, talking about Nolan, like, just a little bit further forward, like, you know he's going to go back to Earth at some point because he has to go and see Mark. And obviously he's never even, like, seen all of this since he was a baby.
Right.
But the conversation he's going to have with Debbie, I
cannot wait.
I am literally, that's, like, one of the highlights for me.
I cannot wait. No, that's going to be such, like, I'm going to be on the edge of my seat.
And there's that one screenshot, I think, that I maybe sent you, and like Debbie's just giving daggers. I'm like, yes, give me that power, Debbie. I'm excited for it.
Actually.
But as well, like, I love, I mean, they are kind of like, you know, making Nolan like look a little hoochie, but I quite like it. Like, you know, he's naked all the time. He's walking around in his underwear. There's the reoccurring joke all the time of like whenever he's trying to get some sleep, and like Alan and like Talia are just literally having sex so loud.
That was so funny. Him just being like, God, stop.
Please end this. And like I love it keeps cutting back to that all the time. It's so funny.
It's so good.
But also like, I don't know if you caught it, but like when they were going towards where the space racer was for the gun and they were like flying through space, that back arch and like Nolan, I was like, damn, you have an arch. You know that arch. This isn't the first time you've arched that ass like that, Nolan.
I didn't see that, but that's so funny.
Next time you watch, you're going to be like, fucked.
Be like, got it.
Yeah. But yeah, obviously, like, you know, we do get all like everything coming together, which is fantastic. But I do like the scene when they go back and like, you know, we said like Nolan's having a lot of thoughts about it. He's like, oh my God, like, what am I doing? And then when they go and talk to like the betrayer again, and we get like that big reveal when he's like, actually, Nolan, I need to show you something. And like shows him the virus. And he's like, it was me. I did it.
That was the most, like, I literally got chills.
Yeah.
Just because the look on Nolan's face was so, like, strong. Where it was like, you did this? And, like, I don't know, that really, like, moved me, I think. Just because, damn.
Yeah. No, literally, damn is the word.
Yeah.
But, like, because even, like, you know, the betrayer, like, you know, even prior to that, like, for a second, like, when he first was introduced, I was like, okay, well, he's the mole, right? Like, straight away, like, he has to be the mole.
Yeah.
And then later on, like, when we learned more about the coalition and, like, what he's actually doing, I'm like, okay, you know, obviously not. But he's always been kind of a question mark. And then, like, in the episode earlier on, when we got, like, the story about, oh, yes, this was, like, Argyle, he was, you know, assassinated by the betrayer, and, like, all the kids are saying it together. And then he literally reveals that, and he's like, oh, yeah, not only did I kill the leader of the Viltrumites at the time, but it was also me who helped to generate the virus. And like that drop, and like as you said, like Nolan's face when like he realizes, he's like, fuck, like you're the one.
Yeah.
Because like all of that, even though like, you know, Nolan now can see how evil all of the Viltrumites are and his people are, but at that point, like he lost his father. All of the people he's ever known, like, were wiped out because of him. Like, you know, the whole planet is, like, just a shell of what it used to be, a whole civilization gone. And, like, yes, we're not Team Viltrumites. They've done so much evil in the world.
So much evil. So like, literally, when Nolan attacked him and, like, put him in a chokehold, the guy was like, you can kill me now. Like, it's you can do that. And I was like, yeah, you can.
Right.
But no, we definitely sound like Team Viltrumite right now. I swear.
It's funny because,
Oh my God.
like, literally, we're like, wait.
Just because we feel bad for them at the
know.
beginning of this episode. And they had so much, like, I don't know. Literally, I just realized that we're like,
what? Oh, wait. We like look down, we got the clothes, and I'm like, wait a sec. But it's funny though, because like when we look back at episode 1 as well, and like Mark's always been like, you know, he's the one that did not go down that route. He like more of Debbie in him is what drove Mark to be who he is now.
Yeah.
And then like even at the end of episode 1, when, you know, Mark, he's almost tempted to kill like Dinosaurus, right? And he doesn't. He like all the Guardians are like, Mark, what are you doing? He lets him go.
Yeah.
But then right at the end, like Mark's like, I mean, he's in an impossible situation, right? With all of the sequence and like everything. And then he's like, Bulletproof is trying to race towards him to give him the bracelet. And then in that last second, he's like dead. And,
God.
you know, cuts that guy's head off.
That was a lot.
That was so much. And like all of the Guardians being like, fuck, Mark, like Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
But as well, that's kind of like a little bit more the Viltrumite coming through in Mark.
100%.
But as well, like at the same time, I'm like, but he was in an impossible situation. Like the barrier was about to come down.
Right.
The world would have been taken over by sequels.
Right.
So like,
I just feel like he's thinking less now a little bit. I feel like Mark is like, before, I feel like he would have thought a little bit harder and been like, oh no, I'm not going to kill this guy. This guy is like innocent. Now I feel like he's more like thinking about it for a second. And I was like, nope, this is probably the right decision. Where it is.
right.
But I don't know. I feel like he's losing his like humanity a little bit, in my opinion.
No, I think you're right. I think you're totally right. I think as well, like, to give Mark a little bit credit, like right now, every time he's tried to do the right thing in his mind, like
He's getting shit on.
Yeah, every single time.
Yeah.
And like, you know, he's tried to save people. And like when he thought he killed Angstrom originally, and he was in like that other dimension, and like he sat on that for so long, and he was like, well, is this my time over? Like, am I done?
Yeah.
And then I love that Eve is the one who grounds him. You know, like Eve's the constant where like, you know, he can try and talk to Cecil, but Cecil's very like business, like this is what needs to be done, got to do it. But like, and Debbie's great like that as well, where she can really ground her sons. And Eve is brilliant. And Eve gets it in a way that even his mom can't. For all that she was married to Nolan, she's not a superhero. Eve is. So she gets it in that way, you know, which is what I really
100%.
like. And I'm intrigued to see where they're going to go with Mark with this. Now, I know a lot of where it's going to happen. However, there are still some storylines like that are being introduced that are brand new. Yeah. So like at the end of the last season, like everything with Damien Darkblood, I think we were talking about it, right?
Yeah.
No idea where that's gone. Not in the comic.
No.
And even, I don't know if I told you this, but like, I think I did. The fight with Conquest, with Eve and Conquest, doesn't happen in the comic.
Yes, you told me that.
Yeah.
Where like in the comics, basically just Conquest like goes right through her.
Pretty quickly.
Like there's no like Eve like putting up a fight.
No.
Which I'm glad that they did, like they showed that.
Yeah.
Because Eve's a bad bitch and like
such a bad bitch.
She can do that. But that being in the comics being like, oh.
Yep. I know. And
that's a little.
I know. It's a little wild. What do you think about everything with Eve losing her powers right now? They're going a little bit wonky. Like, what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I've just read like Reddit stuff and like random like bullshit online. Definitely has to be a baby. Like, I feel like they've put so many clues and like hints into that, and I feel like that's the only like reasonable solution. Like, she's definitely having a baby.
Yeah, and like you think about it, like, because this really hasn't happened to her before,
right?
You know, like we got that. Did you watch the standalone episode with that about Adam Eve when she was a kid?
Oh yeah.
So like we saw how powerful she was there, and like you remember when Conquest did kill her, and then like she kind of rose up again and blasted him with like that fist, which was iconic,
epic.
And we saw kind of something similar in that episode as well when she was a little girl and she like rose up and blasted. So we've seen like how powerful Eve can be,
right? But
we've never seen this. And the only thing, kind of as you're saying, the only thing is like, well, is she sick? Well, she's not showing
She's not dying. She's not sick.
Not showing any symptoms. And then the only logical thing, because obviously Mark and Eve have had a lot of sex.
Yeah.
It's the only logical thing, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And like, even as like a human, when you're having a baby, like baby takes a lot of things from you.
Yes.
So same thing with this. They're trying to show like, oh, the baby's taking the powers now. Like, taking things from you.
Yeah, no, 100%. So hopefully we'll find out very soon what the reveal is with that. I ain't saying nothing. But yeah, I guess we can talk a little bit about that sting at the end. So, you know, like literally we have like Nolan fighting the betrayer. He does say as well, which I really like, the whole time Nolan's been like, I'm not getting involved. Don't get my sons involved.
Yeah.
Like, I am doing this for my own reasons. I will help you, but this is on my terms. I'm not like joining your army. And then right at the end, when he realizes this guy's got a virus that could wipe out me, Mark, Oliver, the rest of the Viltrumites, I need to go and get them involved because they need to know.
Right.
And at that point, he's like, I'm going to go and get my sons.
I know.
And it's like, it's like the impact of that, like, oh my God, because Mark right now doesn't know what's going on.
I know.
Like, Oliver hasn't got a
Does
clue.
Mark know what that conquest is out?
No.
Okay, that's what
Doesn't
I was
know.
thinking because
Yeah.
I was like, unless I missed something, but
No, that will become a point between him and Cecil later on.
100%. They already
Right.
don't fuck with each other.
Literally.
They literally don't trust each other.
Mhm.
And this is going to be another big trust broken.
100%. Like, couldn't agree more. It's going to be like, because even like Cecil was like, oh yeah, like he showed Mark Conquest's body at the end of the last season. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Because Mark was like, no, show me the body. I want to make sure he's dead. Okay, yep, in a body bag, zipping him up. Mark left the room. And then Cecil's like, actually, Donald, put him in that underground chamber. And like, what did he say? Something like, oh, when he wakes up, I want to talk to him. Like, what are you doing?
You're ridiculous. You want to
Wild.
reason with him?
Literally. Like, that
You're
guy,
going to die.
Yeah.
Like,
You're gone. You're brown bread.
oh my God.
But yeah,
Ridiculous.
when he broke out, when Conquest broke out, and like even that was like literally the comic like panel like perfectly. So like when
Yeah.
he goes like, oh shit, like that is from the comic. But yeah, like when Mark sees him again, because he will, he's going
Right.
to see Conquest again.
Yeah.
He's going to be like, wait a second, I killed you. You're like, what the fuck? But that reveal at the end of this episode, like when you see him walking towards someone and then KRAGG like slaps him and basically says like, get down, show respect.
Yeah.
And then he's getting down, he's like literally like begging, like, you know, Thragg was just being like, oh my God, like I'm so sorry, like blah, 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 blah. And then I love as well, like the line he says something about like, oh, like, what was it? I was defeated by the boy and his witch, which I thought was really funny.
His witch
This
is
witch,
Adamy.
like literally Adamy, like she kicked your ass. Like,
Yeah.
let's be real. Yeah, and then that camera pan up and then it reveals like Thragg standing like above him and he's like, no, actually I've got more use for you. Like, and them two in the back.
My God. I was blown away.
Yeah.
I was like, and this was the first reveal.
Yep.
I can't.
Yeah, I know. I'm excited to see like, and like I know from reading like what the extent of Thragg is.
Yeah.
But I can't wait to see it like live action. Like I can't
Yeah.
wait to see like how it's gonna look in the
And
show.
like you said earlier, like there's different little like Easter eggs and there's different stuff in the TV show rather
Right.
than like the comic book. So like you're still seeing it brand new.
Yeah. No.
Even when I read the comic book a little bit, it was some of episode 2 and I was
Right.
like watching it. I was like, oh my God, I've seen this.
I know this.
Yeah,
But as
so that
well-
was funny to see.
No, definitely. And like, I'm excited to see that. But there have been little changes straight away. Like, you know, earlier on when Allen and Nolan were like getting all the forces together and like picking everybody out to help fight the Viltrumites,
Right.
you saw like Tech Jacket and on like that little
Yeah,
screen
yeah.
for a second. And I believe Tech Jacket is female on the show, but in the comic is male.
Well,
So there's like a change there. And even the other things like, you know, Shrinking Ray.
Yes.
Yeah, in female in the show, male in the comics. And it's interesting as well because remember she had that little like relationship thing with like Rex.
yeah,
None of that.
doesn't happen.
No, none of that. So I love that. I love that they explore that with that difference of the character.
I know, that's fun.
I know. No, it's the best. But yeah, and then that, as I say, that sting at the end, like genius. It's like got us pumped for like, okay, here's the big bad.
Yes,
Mhm.
I'm so ready for it.
And it's interesting as well because in episode 1, we had like Universa, we had Dinosaurus. Obviously, the sequence came back, but they're kind of done now. We've got Conquestors back out. We've got now we've got Thragg.
Yeah.
There's so many enemies that it's like, Jesus Christ, like, what are they going to do?
I know.
And like, I kind of get the feeling like Mark's going to be able to win some of them over. I think,
Definitely.
you know, like I think Universa would be a great ally.
But like all of these people that they're getting to like defeat the Viltrumites, I'm like, are you gonna turn around and kill Nolan or kill Mark.
Right.
Like, that's what's in the back of my head right now. I'm like, don't use that gun on Mark. Because I'll come and get you. Like,
Natalie flies in.
Literally, I'm like, hold up.
Literally. Before we wrap up for the episode, give me some of your favorite moments from the series, like so far. From the very beginning up until now.
Oh my gosh, great question. Let me think. Obviously, the end of the first episode was obviously what got me locked in.
Yeah.
Like, literally, if you haven't watched the show, just watch the first episode and you will get hooked. All of my friends have gotten hooked from the first episode. Another one was the end, the last episode of season 1. I think that is like such an amazing episode. It's so like gruesome and like terrifying, but like it really is just something that I rewatch and rewatch and rewatch because I think it's so well done.
Everything changes from that point.
Yeah.
You know?
I loved seeing Eve and Mark's relationship, like as a little girly girl. And I love a love story.
Yeah,
them coming together. That was my favorite thing ever.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, I want to be like Eve and Mark for Halloween. Like, that would be such a cute couple's costume.
Oh my God, yes, please.
What else?
I'm trying to think of mine as well.
Yeah.
I love like I don't know, there's like certain little moments that I really love. Like I love like the Mark and Eve relationship coming together, and there was like, you know, that moment when we saw like future Eve and she said to Mark like, oh my God,
that was insane.
Right? When she was like, say something to him, or don't, but just, you know, say something because she's literally in love with you.
Yes.
And like that, like was so, you know, for her as an older Eve to say that to a younger Mark, knowing he's going back to see her is wild.
I know.
And then like for him to hang on to that and be like, oh my God, maybe I do have feelings for Eve. And then all of that coming together of like, do you remember there was those scenes when he was just sitting, they were sitting like high up on a bridge and they're just like heads were on each other, just looking into the distance. All of that. I loved like, I mean, Debbie's been on a horrendous journey as well.
Horrendous.
But I love like now she's got this guy and like he makes her happy, right? And like I really like that. But like even prior to that, like when she was just, remember when she was wandering through the city like barefoot, just like staring.
Just lost.
Yeah.
Like feels completely helpless because she does, like her whole relationship has been a lie.
Literally.
And like she's so scared that like Mark's gonna get hurt, that Nolan's gonna get like I don't know. That girl is strong.
She is.
So when Nolan comes back and faces her, be scared, Nolan. Like
she'll be slapping him through the wall, I'm telling you
right
now.
Like she doesn't have powers, but a mother can do some damage.
And listen, like he's the one, Nolan even said like, I think I miss my wife. Which, you know, I'm like, which one?
That's also my favorite part.
You remember? I mean, I am a little bit like, which one, Nolan? But, but yeah, like, you know, there is something that Debbie has over him. And like, I guess like her being in his life was the one who managed to like break through the Viltrumite armor, you know, like, and she raised Mark like a lot more, like to have those ideals of like loving and caring and those human like, you know, ideals which the Viltrumites do not have.
Right.
And then we saw that with Oliver as well, where Oliver looked like for the longest time he was going to be the little shit, right? And he's like, I don't care about human life. Like, it's so pointless. And then he understands that love because of Debbie.
Yeah.
So she's always the one who can get through really to people. And then Nolan says, I miss my wife. Like, she's the one that can get through. And it is that human side of her that's able to do that, you know?
It's like, I think I miss my wife. I'm like, oh my God, of course you do. It's Debbie.
Absolutely. How could you not?
Right.
Any scene with Debbie, I love. I love when she's talking to like Mark outside, like in the garden. I love when she's talking like on the roof, like with him. Just any scene like that. And Debbie went through the shit when she was drinking like her alcohol and everything, was just feeling it.
I remember that.
Like there was do you remember in the kitchen where like the unit wouldn't close properly and she like lost her shit at it?
Yes.
Just everything.
Which like valid.
Listen, we've all been there.
Right.
But no, anything with Debbie, I absolutely adore. I've just loved the fight with Adam Eve and Conquest.
That was so good. And the way that she came back, I didn't know what was going to happen. Like, I've never read the comics. I've never, like, looked further into it. And when she was down like that and her face was literally, like, off and her stomach was gone, I was like, oh, there's no coming back. And then she just rose and, like, phew.
Yeah.
But another part that I love is when Conquest, during that same fight, Conquest goes down to Invincible. He's like, I'm so lonely.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, oh my God. This is, I honestly started laughing. Like, But I was like, that's iconic.
It's so
true.
Literally, yeah.
He's literally like, I have nothing. Like, I am so lonely. To kill you right now is my only purpose in life. And I will do it. And like, Thragg's gonna kill me if I don't kill you.
Right.
So
like, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know,
it's like no one wants to be my friend.
Yeah,
I'm like, I don't want to be your friend either.
Literally, like, what are you expecting me to react to? Like, in this, like, oh, there? Like, what are you expecting me to do?
Literally, Mark's just like, I'm so hurt right now.
Like, I'm about to die. What is this?
Yeah.
But, no, you're so right. Like, but the way Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who voices Conquest, like, delivers that is just
incredible.
So good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great moment, actually. But yeah, like, that whole sequence, but especially, like, when Eve is like, okay, the armor's like slapping onto her and she's like pulling all that. And so I've watched that fight like probably 10,000 times.
No,
like,
same.
So good.
Yeah.
And the fact that it didn't happen in the comic like blows my mind.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Like Eve's a bad bitch and you're not going to put that. I don't know. I'm so glad that they did put that in there.
Yeah. Same, because like we've seen the extent of her powers in that one standalone episode and that was when she was a kid. So like now to see that, like we needed to see that.
Right.
And as well, because like we still don't really know the extent of like how much Eve can do with her powers. Like she can literally materialize anything.
I know.
So like, you know, that fight, we needed it.
What, did that, when she like blasted Conquest, did that happen in the comics? Yeah. Okay, yeah. That makes sense.
All of that, so like literally, like the way he kills her is exactly the same.
Yeah.
And then she goes down, like obviously Mark goes to her, like all of that, the same is happening. Like even when Mark like punches his hand, if you remember, and like it kind of...
yeah, I do remember.
Exactly. You're like doing it to your own hand now. I like look, I'm like, yeah, like all of that exactly the same, and then her rising up and blasting, and like then laying there and just being like, my naked, like just all exactly the same. Yeah,
that's
so funny. Yeah, but yeah. So rounding off on this episode, so what did you think of this episode, Natalie, in general, and then what would you give it a rating out of 10?
I thought this episode was actually perfect. Like after seeing the first episode, I was like, okay, I'm locked in again. Like this will be a great season. Episode 2, I'm so glad I got to talk about it with you because I was like, this episode is so good. I love the friendship with Mark and Nolan and Allen happening right now, and just the little teasers of everything. I'm gonna give this episode a 9.7 out of 10.
Oof. Wow, that's such a high grade. I love it.
I know.
Yeah, for me, like, this is just the quality, like, world building that Invincible does so well.
Yeah.
So, like, I've said this a few times, and I'll say it again, but, like, whenever the show keeps building out, because we do get new things all the time, like Universa, Dinosaurs, like, all of these new things, Nolan's backstory, the characters that we know and love are the things that drive us forward. So, like, we're still with Mark, we're still with Debbie, we're still with Nolan, and, like, they are the ones that we're watching and, like, pulling us forward, even though things are building out, we're still moving forward, and that's what I really like.
Great show.
But no, like I love all of this. Like learning about like Nolan's backstory, like seeing him as a kid, I think was so important to understand like why this means so much to him to do this now. And like even that, like we were saying, like we were questioning, wait, do we feel sorry for Nolan?
Actually, the fact that an episode made me feel sorry for Nolan was crazy.
Like that's the 9.7 right there.
Yeah, actually.
Literally. But yeah, like all of that, like, and I just like that we're building towards something. Like we've got the early reveal of Thragg. Yeah. Like we know like shit is going to get real like very soon. And yeah, it makes me excited. That's the big thing.
Same.
Like whenever Invincible's back on, I always say this, like, this is my Super Bowl. Like this is like,
actually,
you know what I mean? Like this is my time of the year. And I'm like, right, this is it. This is quality TV. I'm sitting at around 8.59 out of 10. Yeah. I'm like, just, I don't want to go too high because like, I know some amazing stuff's coming later and like, I can give all 10s. Right. I can give all 10s, but like, yeah, it's like still great television. Do you know what I mean? Great. I'm so excited for more.
No, I was locked in.
But also, yes, let us know in the comments what you think of Invincible episode 1 and episode 2 so far. Are you feeling everything that's going on so far? What are some of your thoughts of what's going to happen as well? Make sure you let us know that in the comments as well. But Natalie, let everybody know where they can find you online.
Oh my gosh, if you want to follow my Instagram, it's Natalie Price with 2 C's. I don't even know my TikTok, but I'll make sure to write it down.
I'll put it in the notes of this episode, don't worry. So yes, all of our episodes are available to watch on YouTube as well as to listen to on all podcast platforms. If you want to check us out on social media, it's just Last Week on Pod, and that is on everything. So type that in, you'll find the podcast there. If you want to follow me, I am at Straughan87 on everything. So type that in and you will see my face. Make sure you give us a little review as well. 5 stars or nothing. I'm joking. But give us a lovely 5-star rating because that helps us a lot.
Right.
And before we round off, final question, Natalie. What was your favorite scene from this episode?
This episode, honestly, seeing all the Viltrumites around the globe, I was like, that's so deep.
Yeah.
That was literally like, oh my God. That made me like sit up and be like, this is crazy. Definitely my favorite part. What about you?
That's like impact right there. No, definitely. I think for me, it was all of seeing young Nolan. I think just because of like learning about him and like seeing like, you know, a little slice of like what he went through.
Yeah.
And then jumping to like, you know, the Nolan that we know. I think that was so important and I really enjoyed that. Like when you learn more of the layers of somebody.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh no, I'm fully in.
That's so bad.
No, I really love that. But as well, like as you said, the darkness of the opening was like so
crazy.
well handled.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, so super, super excited for more. But again, I want to say a big thank you, Natalie, for jumping on for the first time. Your first ever podcast talking about Invincible. Definitely going to talk to you again about something very soon. Have you?
Oh yeah.
100%. I'm excited.
Of course. No, I had so much fun. Thank you.
Awesome. All right, but until next time, everyone, take care. Bye.
Bye.